One thing I really hate about bone chilling weather is when it's so cold that your vocal cords won't work for you. That happened to me this week. In real life, I don't say too much. So after being in 30-degree weather for a while, I'll open my mouth, go to say something, and sound like somebody just stumbled out of the bar. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Born on this date in 1936, attorney and Southern Poverty Law Center founder Morris Dees of Shorter. In 1938, civil rights protester Jimmy Lee Jackson of Marion. Jackson was killed by a state trooper in 65, and that event was a big impetus for the Selma to Montgomery voting rights marches later that year. Today's National Chocolate-Covered Anything Day, they tell me. Let's talk about the moon, DEI, and why flags are lowered this week. My name's Ike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
The Artemis 2 mission, the first man-moon mission in half a century, is still on for February, reports AL.com's Scott Turner. Now, last year's Artemis 1 mission was a test flight. Artemis 2 is expected to carry astronauts around the moon. Artemis 3 is when boots are supposed to finally hit the lunar surface for the first time since 1972. The Artemis program spent part of the year on a funding roller coaster as the Trump administration introduced a budget with steep cuts to NASA. But then the big, beautiful bill ended up restoring spending through the Artemis 5 mission. The folks at Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville are tasked with having the Space Launch System, that's the SLS, ready for flight. Associate Director Roger Baird said crews have been performing simulations for pre-launch, launch, and ascent. Quote, "We powered up the vehicle, tested its systems, and uploaded flight software for the onboard computers, ensuring every component is ready for launch. Preparing the team is just as important as preparing the hardware. If we do beat China up there, let's plant a flag, call it state number 51, and add 2 senators. Debate in Washington already sounds like it's coming from outer space anyway." Some students and faculty at the University of Alabama and UAB are taking their case against Alabama's anti-DEI law to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, reports AL.com's Walisha Morris. The plaintiffs filed the appeal Monday, arguing that the 2024 law impedes education and free speech by banning funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and stifling discussions of race, gender, and religion. Back in August, a U.S. district judge ruled that the lawsuit did not warrant a preliminary injunction. The appeal claims that the plaintiffs have suffered irreparable injury because of the state law. Another effort on the DEI topic saw Congresswoman Terry Sewell and Congressman Shomari Figures, the 2 Democrats in Alabama's congressional delegation, appealing to University of Alabama President Peter Mueller to reinstate the student-run magazines Alice and 1956, which have been described as publications that cover women's issues and Black culture, respectively. Governor Kay Ivey has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff for Brown University student Ella Cook, who was shot and killed in the school's engineering building on Saturday in a mass shooting that also killed another student and injured 9 others, reports AL.com's Carol Robinson. Flags are to be flown at half-staff until sunset Friday. Cook graduated from Mountain Brook High School in 2024. Leaders with College Republicans of America have said that she was the vice president of Brown's College Republicans. As of this recording, there's still nobody in custody and no known motive for the shooting. A man was briefly detained on Sunday but released. Thank y'all so much for listening to us. We're going to be back here in the morning. Until then, y'all come on by and see what we're doing anytime you want to on the internet at al.com.